Welcome to the BDI Empowers podcast, where experts simplify disability benefits so you don't waste years figuring them out. Now, get empowered.
Caregiving is a tough job, but it's also an incredibly meaningful one. Whether you're supporting a loved one with disabilities, managing behavioral health concerns, or simply trying to create a more harmonious environment at home, this episode is for you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to BDI Empowers, the podcast where we offer practical insights and tools to help you live independent and sufficient lives. This is a safe space for individuals with disabilities and their caregivers where we're not afraid to ask tough questions. I'm your host, Anna Mackey, and I'm excited to have you here today. Today's episode is all about behavioral strategies for thriving relationships. We'll talk about how to manage behavioral dysregulation, identify triggers, and use effective de-escalation techniques that work not just for parents or caregivers, but for anyone navigating emotionally complex situations. Throughout the episode, I'll be drawing from my professional background and personal experiences as a mom and advocate. I'll also share actionable strategies you can start using right away. If you're someone who wants to feel empowered in your caregiving role, this is your episode. All right, grab a cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's jump in. What is behavioral dysregulation? To start, we need to understand what behavioral dysregulation actually is. Simply put, it's when someone struggles to manage feelings of overwhelm, stress, or frustration, which can lead to emotional outbursts or shutdowns. And here's the truth, we've all been there before. Think about a time when you felt completely overwhelmed, whether at home or at work. Maybe you even yelled or said things you later regretted. That's a form of dysregulation. For individuals with cognitive differences or those facing emotional challenges, these reactions can be heightened and harder to reconcile. Behavioral dysregulation often looks like this: intense emotional reactions like yelling or crying, impulsivity or difficulty with self-control, aggressive behaviors, or sometimes even physical withdrawal. But here's the key takeaway. These behaviors are often rooted in feeling unsafe or overwhelmed. If we, as caregivers, can identify the triggers and provide the right support, we can help create a more calming and empowering environment. Does that sound familiar? Have you seen these behaviors in your own caregiving journey? Stick around. I'm going to break down how to handle them. Coming up next. The stages of escalation. Now, when it comes to managing emotional dysregulation, one of the most important concepts to understand are the stages of escalation. Picture a hill. We want to de-escalate before behaviors reach the top, or peak. Here's how it typically unfolds. Trigger. This is the domino that sets the meltdown in motion. It can be a sudden change in routine, sensory overstimulation, or disappointment. Escalation. Tension builds. You might see pacing, restlessness, or raised voices. This is the point where intervention can still work. Peak. This is the storm. At this stage, the individual has lost control, and our job is safety. Keep the environment calm and neutral until the meltdown passes. De-escalation. The storm subsides, but individuals may still appear tired or upset. Think safety first. Return to calm. This is when recovery begins. Prolong the calm state and save reflections for later. Remember this key insight. You can't reason with someone at the peak stage. It's not the time for explaining or reflecting. Instead, focus on creating a safe, quiet space and wait until the storm has passed. We'll explore more on de-escalation techniques in just a moment, but this is such an important concept. If there's one thing to remember from today, it's how critical it is to interrupt escalation early. Think about your loved ones. What are their triggers, and how do they typically behave when things start to escalate? The more you learn, the better you can support them. Stay with me. Up next, we're getting practical with ways to create a supportive environment. Managing the environment. Here's the good news. Behavioral challenges are not permanent conditions. Small changes to the environment can have a big impact. Let's talk strategies. Set up routines and structure. Predictability helps individuals feel safe. Use visual schedules, calendars, or even simple post-it notes to outline daily plans. Offer choices. Allow your loved one to pick between two options. For instance, would you like scrambled eggs or toast for breakfast? Giving them control builds confidence and reduces frustration. Be mindful of sensory triggers. Factors like noise, smells, or crowded environments can overwhelm someone quickly. Noise-canceling headphones or avoiding overstimulating spaces can work wonders. Use calm body language. Your loved one will mirror your energy. If you're stressed, they'll feel it. Stay centered during tense moments and use soothing tones. These simple adjustments are often overlooked, but they can completely shift the outcome of a difficult day. Have you tried strategies like this? Which ones worked for you? Share them. I'd love to know. De-escalation techniques. All right, now for the big topic many caregivers ask about all the time. How do we effectively de-escalate a challenging situation? Here are my go-to steps. First, remain calm. Your presence sets the tone. If you're steady, the other person is more likely to follow suit. Empathize and validate. Say things like, I can see you're upset. This must feel so frustrating right now, to show you're on their side. Give space, but stay nearby. Sometimes a safe distance is enough. They know you're there without feeling crowded. Redirect or distract. Having a comforting go-to activity, such as playing calming music, baking cookies together, or offering a favorite stuffed animal. And remember, we never debrief about what went wrong right after an incident. Save those conversations for when everyone is calm, for self-reflection, not blame. One of my favorite de-escalation tools, deep breathing exercises. I encourage caregivers to practice simple exercises. For example, breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. It's grounding and effective. Give these methods a try. They might take some practice, but over time they can make a world of difference. Thank you for sticking with me so far. There's so much more we can explore together on this topic. One thing I want to revisit before we wrap up is the importance of self-compassion in caregiving. Many caregivers put the needs of others before their own, and over time, this can lead to burnout. Have you paused to acknowledge how much you're accomplishing every single day? Even small wins matter. Make it a point to celebrate them. You deserve that recognition. Now, I'd like to also touch on the power of building a support network. Whether it's family, close friends, or a community of caregivers, having someone to lean on can make a world of difference. Feeling connected can reduce isolation and help you gain valuable insights. If you're not sure where to start, consider joining an online forum or local group where caregivers share their experiences. Places like this create safe environments to vent, ask questions, and find solutions to shared challenges. And since I know a lot of you love practical tips, here's something you can try today. Create a go-to self-care list. Write down 3 things that bring you joy or relaxation. Maybe it's taking a walk, listening to your favorite music, or reading a few pages of a novel. Keep that list somewhere easy to access, like your fridge or nightstand, and commit to doing 1 item daily. Think of it as an investment in keeping the caregiver and you recharged and ready. Don't forget, it's okay to ask for help. Hiring extra care services, enlisting a family member, or even asking a friend to run an errand for you isn't a sign of weakness. It's a way of making caregiving sustainable for the long haul. Remember, the better you feel, the better care you can provide. Before we wrap things up, here's a reminder of today's key takeaways. Behavioral dysregulation is natural and manageable when you understand triggers and escalation stages. Creating structure and a safe environment reduces stress and emotional outbursts. Calm and empathy are your strongest tools for de-escalation. I hope today's episode gave you practical tools to feel more empowered in your caregiving role. If you're looking for more individualized strategies or need extra support, I highly recommend checking out our resources on bobbydodd.org or reaching out to a professional. If you have questions, feel free to reach out on empowers@bobbydodd.org, and if there's a topic you'd love for me to cover in a future episode, send your suggestions my way. Until then, keep being the incredible caregiver that you are, and don't forget to take moments for yourself. This is Anna Mackey, reminding you that self-care is not selfish, it's essential. If you enjoyed this episode, hit subscribe and leave a review. And don't forget to share this with fellow caregivers who might benefit from these insights. Until next time, take care of yourself and your loved ones. This is Anna Mackey signing off from The Caregiver's Toolbox. Thanks for listening.
This was BDI Empowers, your guide to independent living. Join us again next month to learn more about simplifying disability benefits.